Message hit his phone with a soft buzz. Big party tonight. Everyone's going. You in? No name. Just the group chat. But he knew what it meant. Loud music, cheap drinks, dark corners, flashing lights, girls dressed like fantasies, everyone pretending they weren't just scared and lonely underneath. He stared at the message. Thumb hovered. A part of him hesitated. He wasn't the party type. At least, he told himself he wasn't. But it was getting harder to believe. Lately, the walls of his room felt smaller, his laptop screen colder, his urges louder. He'd been clean for 11 days. No porn, no scrolling, no chasing, just books, cold showers, deep breathing. I'm rebuilding, he had told himself. But tonight, his willpower didn't feel like armor. It felt like glass. Out his window, the dorm across the quad flickered with life. Guys with cologne and chains, girls laughing in crop tops, bottles clinking. Every step outside his room felt like a promise, a chance to forget, to feel, to get lost in the noise. Then another buzz. Are you going tonight? Her, the one from Psych 210, the one who always leaned a little too close, the one with the cherry lip gloss and laugh that curled around his spine. She had never texted before, until now. He read it again. That little emoji at the end. It wasn't just punctuation. It was an open door. To what exactly? He didn't know, but his body wanted to find out. His hands were already moving, grabbing his jacket, fixing his hair, checking himself in the mirror. He wasn't answering texts anymore. He was answering the urge. As he reached for the doorknob, something inside him whispered, "This won't make you stronger. This is not the path." But that voice was quiet, and the music outside was already playing. He opened the door and walked straight into the fire. The door opened and heat hit him like a wave. The bass from the speakers pulsed through the floors like a second heartbeat. People moved like animals in shadows, laughing, grinding, slurring their way through another Friday night they'd forget by Saturday afternoon. He stood still for a second, letting it all sink in. He wasn't supposed to be here, but now that he was, it felt too easy to stay. And then he saw her. Red dress, short, sharp, tight in all the places his discipline used to live. She wasn't drinking. She wasn't loud. She was watching, and she was watching him. He didn't know her name, didn't know her story. But when she smiled, it felt like an invitation wrapped in danger. Like she knew exactly how to unravel him. Like she had done it before. And tonight she'd do it again. She didn't speak at first, just looked up at him, bold and calm, as if they were in on a secret together. "You're not really a party guy, are you?" she asked. Her voice was soft, but had bite, like she was testing something in him. And whatever it was, she knew it was about to break. "Let me guess," she continued. "You read, like, philosophy or something?" His breath caught. She wasn't guessing. She knew. Somehow. "Bet you think too much. That's hot." She leaned in. The smell of skin, perfume, and wine wrapped around his mind like silk. Desire is a fire, useful when tamed, deadly when it burns wild. Epictetus whispered it from somewhere deep inside him, but her hand was already on his chest. And the fire felt good. "Let's go somewhere quieter," she said. Not a question, a command wrapped in sugar. She didn't wait for his answer, just turned, red dress swaying, leaving him no choice but to follow. Behind him, the music roared. Ahead of him, the hallway pulsed with low light and heavy air. He followed, not because he wanted to surrender, but because he already had. The hallway smelled like old carpet and perfume. The door creaked shut behind him. The music outside became a distant thump, just enough to drown out doubt. Her room was soft, not romantic, calculated. Low lights, open wine, too many pillows, a place designed to feel safe. Right before the trap closed. It wasn't slow. It was immediate, hungry. Her lips collided with his like they were chasing time. Her hands moved fast, certain, practiced. His heart beat like a war drum. His body obeyed. His mind silenced. This is what I wanted, right? This means I'm not weak. This means I'm finally like the others. confident, desirable, a man. But then, why did he still feel like he was watching himself from outside? Clothes hit the floor. Her laugh echoed. Low, dangerous, sweet. Her voice said things he'd only ever imagined. He touched her body like it was salvation. She held his face like it was prey. Every second, more unreal. Every breath, more hollow. Their bodies moved, but their souls never met. It was mechanical, rhythmic, addictive, but empty. Like watching a fire from behind glass. Warmth without warmth. He didn't know if he was breathing harder from lust or from fear. It ended like it began. No climax of romance. Just a silence so loud it hurt his ears. She rolled over, picked up her phone, started scrolling. No eye contact, no softness, just a man next to her, like an Uber ride she didn't need to rate. That was normal. That's college. That's what guys are supposed to do. But his chest was tight, his mind racing, his gut hollow. He sat there shirtless, sweat drying. She turned away, and he realized, and this wasn't intimacy. This was isolation, wrapped in heat. The sun had the audacity to rise. Light crept across the tangled sheets like a witness. He lay still, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. His body was drained. His breath was shallow. She was still asleep. One leg over the blankets, arms stretched wide, face turned away. He felt like a stranger in a bed that wasn't his. Her perfume, sweet, sharp, clinging to his skin. Last night it intoxicated him. This morning it made him sick. Not because of her, because of himself. There was no glory in this, no conquest, no pride, just a feeling like he'd sold something important for nothing. I gave in. I thought I was past this. I thought I had control. He remembered what he'd promised himself just 2 weeks ago. No more casual sex, no more chasing numbness, no more running. He moved slowly, grabbing his clothes off the floor, buttoning his shirt in the dark. She didn't say anything. Neither did he. There was nothing left to say. Nothing real had happened anyway. Back in his dorm, bathroom mirror, face pale, eyes tired, neck blotched from where she kissed him too hard. He stared at himself and whispered, "Who am I trying to be?" Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? The quote hit different now, not poetic, just brutal. What happened last night wasn't necessary. It was a symptom, a mask, another hit of the drug he thought he'd quit. Chasing approval, chasing pleasure, chasing escape. He opens his journal, writes the truth. He hadn't written in 3 days, but now he did. Text copy edit. I feel like a fake. I said I wanted discipline, but I chose impulse. I said I wanted focus, but I chased distraction. I said I wanted love, but I ran toward lust. This isn't who I want to be. The page didn't fix anything, but for the first time in 12 hours, he felt present again. Present in the pain, present in the truth. And in that stillness, the rebuild could begin. The air smelled like paper, dust and silence. He sat in the back corner, hoodie up, earbuds out. No music, no scrolling, just sitting. The world had gone quiet, or maybe for the first time in weeks he had stopped running from the quiet, the party, the girl, the morning after. It still played in his mind on repeat, like a film he didn't want to star in anymore. He had told himself it meant something, but deep down he knew. He hadn't made a memory. He'd made a mistake. He hadn't planned to read it. The book was already on the table, left behind maybe, or waiting. The spine cracked open to a page marked with a sticky note. He read, "It is not that things disturb us, but our opinions about them." Epictetus. He read it again, and again. His heart slowed. Why am I chasing people who don't care about me? Why do I call surrender freedom? Why does every pleasure leave me more empty than before? That late-night scroll session that turned into 2 hours of porn. That fake smile in the dining hall, pretending everything was fine. That shallow hookup that felt like winning, but felt like dying afterward. For the first time, he didn't justify it. He observed it. Calm, cold, stoic. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. What was the color of his soul right now? Ash gray, flickering, not gone, just covered. He didn't need a new woman. He didn't need a new phone. He didn't need more noise. He needed discipline, and he needed it yesterday. He flipped to a clean page, wrote down one line. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. He underlined the word embody twice. Then he sat still and breathed. That whisper, that stoic whisper, was growing louder.